Hi guys, it's Lori Starkey from Femgenuity. Hope you're having a great week. We are super excited over here, me and my team, to open up this new platform, Femgenuity. Ingenuity just means originality and innovation. And of course, female means a bunch of girls who are being original and innovative. So we wanted to open up this new Femgenuity platform to talk to ladies in business. This isn't just women that own business. I own 10, by the way. This isn't just women that own businesses, it's women who are in business. So if you're an executive, or if you're working your way up, or if you're doing anything you want to do, or if you want to own a business, that's who we want to talk to. Being in business is hard. It is a spiritual activity sometimes. It is a mental frustration most of the time. It is physical, and it is highly emotional. And having been in business, I'm a serial entrepreneur, having been in business for the last 8 years, I really wanted a Femgenuity in my life. And I've tried to find one. And there are some really cool people out there that are speaking to women in business, and go rah rah for them. I'm super excited. I follow them. I love them. I'm sure you know all of them too. We are looking to create a community. That's what me and my team want to do. My team is basically built off of the women that work with me and for me in my publishing companies. I am traditionally a CPA. I was a CPA for 12 years, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Anadarko Petroleum, and then did some consulting with Ernst & Young. And then I stepped out and decided to start my own company. And crazy enough, I decided to teach myself how to write fiction novels. So 8 years ago, I stepped out and I wrote my first fiction novel, and I enjoyed it tremendously. So I did cash out my retirement, asked my husband to give me about 6 months to try to learn how to write and sell books, because I'd never written a book before. So for those of you who are, 35, 45, 55, 60, whatever age you are, I wrote my first book at 35. So mathematician, never written a book before in my life. Love to read though. I knew the structure because I've read a million books. Books have been my friend for a very long time. But wrote my first book and then went on to write 130 novels over the next 4 to 5 years after that. And so I've written a lot of books, highly prolific. I'm not bragging, it's just a gift I didn't even know I had. I'm sure there's some gifts you have, by the way, that you don't even know you have. But built a few other companies along the way, lots of companies along the way. The most recent one is a bookkeeping company, just kind of went back to my roots. And I'm at the age now and in the financial position finally to be able to help other people. And so I'm just really excited to partner with other women in their businesses too, both just from being a mentor, as well as giving experience shares from my life, not necessarily advice, but things that I've been through that might help you, answering questions, helping you field things, but just building a community like that. I am one of a lot of women. We just did a TikTok video that we're going to be posting that talks about the fact that there are a lot of women in business. It was like 12 million or something crazy like that. So you're not alone. There's a lot of us. And that's why we're building Femgenuity. We want to create a really good community of women that lift other women up and share with other women both their wins and their struggles. And so I'm a food stamp to 7-figure story. I went through a terrible divorce 20 years ago, actually. It's been a long time. I went through a terrible divorce and ended up on food stamps, didn't have my degree, didn't have anything. I was on food stamps for 2 years, put myself through college, and I was a single mom at that time. So I had 2 little girls, 1 and 2 years old, and just had to figure things out and went to school for accounting. And the rest is kind of history. I'll share it as we go. But what we wanted to do was to reach out to those of you who are interested in a community of female, both entrepreneurs and women in business. The hope is to eventually pull together a group that we can have mastermind conversations once a month, that we can have one-day events. Here, we're right south of Nashville, Tennessee, but also in Austin, Texas, or in San Francisco, wherever we want to, but have one-day events where we really feed into you guys and bring in speakers and give you great food and treat you like queens, the queens you are. And then eventually have a couple of weekend events just so we can get together. Because when people are gathered together, there's just an energy in the room. So until then, we're going to be building that in 2022. Until then, over the fall, the hope is to share on YouTube and to share on all these social media sites and get used to it. You have to forgive me if I'm mechanical. I'm not used to doing this. I write books and talk to people across tables for a living in our bookkeeping business. And so this is all new to me, but we want to create a platform here on YouTube that we can have conversations down in the comments until we build this large community together. So I'd love for you to leave me a comment. Let me know who you are. What's your situation? Are you in business? Are you working for someone else? Do you want to start your own business? Do you have a hobby that you love? You think, man, if I could make money doing this. Are you already making 7 figures in business like we are? Are you what, right? So put that down below, what you're up to. And if you are in business, I'd love to know what business you're in and how long you've been in that business. But look for some really great stuff coming. We're really working hard to cultivate things that we think will benefit you in your journey. But we would love to hear from you, because if there's things that you would like us to focus on after being in business for a total of 20 years, me, and then my team, of course, has been in business too. So it's just nice to have, and you'll meet them. They don't want to come out in front of the camera yet, but you will meet the rest of the team over time. So please be encouraged. You are not alone. There are a lot of women in business. There's a lot of really great women in business, and no one probably understands better what you're going through or what you're going to go through, or that it's hard to celebrate wins with people who get tired of hearing that you're winning, than other women in business. So that's what we want to do, is kind of bring the women around the table. And so I hope you'll join us for this adventure.